Welcome to the Weekly Roundup, where I go over news stories you might have missed over the last week. First and foremost, 2016 GOP hopeful Scott Walker is against abortion rights for victims of rape and incest. Huffington Post writes, Wisconsin Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald told The Times that Walker met with him and Robin Vos, the Republican State Assembly Speaker, and told them he wanted to see a 20-week abortion ban on his desk that did not contain exceptions for rape or incest victims.
Up the average. And we already had the Puerto Ricans.
This demonstrates two things about Scott Walker. First and foremost, he doesn't care about protecting victims. Second of all, he's for unnecessary policy, because only 1.4% of abortions occur after the 20-week mark. This is a stupid thing to do because 74% of the American public is actually against you on this issue. They want exceptions for rape and abortion victims, even if they aren't particularly pro-choice. So good job and good luck getting elected, Scott Walker, because this is not a smart move. Mike Huckabee recently said that we don't need to have conversations about racism in this country because a belief in God solves racism. Take a look at this video.
And I keep hearing people talk about we need more conversations about race. Actually, we don't need more conversations. What we need is conversions, because the reconciliation that changes people is not a racial reconciliation. It's a spiritual reconciliation when people are reconciled to God. We saw it in those church members. When I love God and I know that God created other people regardless of their color as much as he made me, I don't have a problem with racism. It's solved.
Mike Huckabee, there's only one problem with your argument. The overwhelming majority of the American population is religious, and the fact that racism still exists, well, this kind of undermines your theory there, doesn't it? So, this is my question for you.
What the hell are you talking about?
In other news, South Carolina is going to be removing the Confederate flag from their Capitol building. Also, retailers such as Walmart and Amazon have agreed to stop selling Confederate flags. Now, prior to this announcement, sales of the Confederate flag have surged on Amazon, so all you racists, make sure you get your Confederate flags before they're all gone. So, here's my take on this. You have a right to display any flag that you want, but just know that it represents a portion of the population that were willing to die to maintain slavery. It's a symbol of racism, hate, and reminds us of a dark time for our country. So why would you want to display this flag? Now you have every right to do that. You can put a Confederate flag up in your house and whatnot, or on your body. But just know that it doesn't represent Southern pride. It represents Southern shame. Now whenever people see you touting it, this is their reaction. So that's your Weekly Roundup. If you have any ideas about what types of stories you want me to cover in the Weekly Roundup, given that I only have a couple of minutes to do so, comment down below and tell me what you want to hear.